there, this is Jen Paul, and I'm going to bring you a wellness moment. Yes, it's time to educate and have some fun learning about different wellness things that we can do for ourselves. And I see a lot of people in my practice that suffer from what we call chronic fatigue syndrome. And chronic fatigue syndrome is chronically fatigued all the time, dragging all day. You're hitting the wall in the afternoon, you want to stay in your bed. And we have little nicknames in my practice that I learned in my training that we use every day. And I can just tell you that suffering from chronic fatigue is horrible. It's very debilitating, can be very frustrating because pretty much no matter what you do, you're just exhausted all the time. You can drink coffee, you can drink energy drinks, you can do whatever you want to do, and you just still feel exhausted. And there's basically 4 major components to chronic fatigue, and most of the people I see end up having all 4, which means you're just kind of in the doom and gloom part of life. And so I just want to shed some light on the different components of what chronic fatigue is. And the first one I want to talk about is listeria. Some of you may have heard of listeria before, some of you may have not. It's also called, professionally, as listeriosis. It's a bacterial infection that you can pick up from food. It's commonly found in dairy products, believe it or not, things that are pasteurized. Listeria will still form in there, and then all of a sudden you consume them through pasteurization, like in yogurts and milks and juices, and you're literally sick to your stomach. It can make you feel kind of nauseous. Ultimately, it will make you feel a lot of things. It can also cause abscesses, but mainly it's going to make you feel really tired. We call it glued to the bed. I don't know if you've ever experienced a glued to the bed. I've had listeria before. It's definitely not a fun one to get, although it's not in my top 10 of worst things you can ever pick up in your life. However, it's not that fun to pick up. And glued to the bed is really like, let's say you wake up and you've gotten 5-6 hours of sleep, maybe even 7 or 8 or 9, and you wake up ready to start your day, and all you want to think about is going back to bed. Or maybe you even have the luxury of taking a nap in the afternoon. And what do you want to do? As soon as you get up for your nap, you want to go back to bed. And so we call it glued to the bed because all you can think about is getting back into bed. And it's not even that you're going to sleep. It's just really fun to lay down when you have listeria. You just really want to lay down and relax all the time because you just have no energy because that bacterial infection literally zaps your energy. And so if you have that, I'm really very sorry, but I did just want to let you know there's some things that you can do to rid yourself of listeria, so at least you got one of the components out of the chronic fatigue family and you can move on and feeling better. And as I was just researching just to see what the internet says about it, one funny thing that I read is it says only about 1,500 people annually are infected with listeria. And I would guess to say it's more like 1,500 people a month, a day are infected with listeria. There are a lot of people that have listeria, and listeria is not just about chronic fatigue. There's other ways, and it will affect you, especially if you're someone that has maybe cystic acne or someone that has abscesses growing, or if you've ever had an abscess. Listeria, that would be the main component of that. But anyways, yeah, I just think that's funny that says only 1,500 people because I just think many people don't know they have listeria and they're not reporting it and they don't even know it's part of the chronic fatigue or even associated with that. So you might be one of the people that has listeria and you feel like you're just glued to the bed and you're just feeling tired all the time. This may be a little insight for you so that you can take control over that. One of the best ways to make sure that you don't consume anything with listeria is to get a zappicator or a zapper, what we call it. And basically a zappicator is an apparatus that we use in the kitchen, and you put your food on it before you eat it for about 10 to 30 minutes. And what it does is it creates an energy field that bacteria cannot live in. And so the listeria that would be hiding in maybe a yogurt or in a cheese or a dairy product or things like that, or pasteurized juice for that matter, if it sits on that zappicator for about 10 to 30 minutes, depending on what you're actually zapping, it will actually kill the bacteria inside of there. And so then now you've got a safe food. And then there's a couple essential oils. There's flower remedies you can take from different flower remedy companies. Different essential oils companies have things that are good for chronic fatigue or listeria. If you're interested in any of them, let me know. One of the ones is the essential oil called Awaken. That's a wonderful essential oil. There's also a flower remedy called Morning Glory, which you could think about it. If you've slept for 8 hours and you wake up and you're still not feeling high energy, why not have Morning Glory essence? Because it basically helps you be excited for the day and helps transform you so that you can feel amazing and start your day and do all those great things that you had planned for the day. Because listeria is going to rob you from your to-do list. It's going to rob you from your joy. You're going to be plotting basically plotting all day when you can get back to bed and how you can get to bed and how you can sleep in your bed and really love your bed. And I just here to say there's choices out there for you guys. You don't have to necessarily take prescriptions. Some of the things you can do here are home remedies, but I hope you like your wellness moment. If you've enjoyed this, keep subscribing to the channel on my YouTube channel. You can also visit my website at jenpaulfit.com. I'm going to be posting this in both places. If you have any questions, please get a hold of me. I make it very easy. I get my number, my email address, and everything, so that if you have any questions or any really like any additional information about my wellness practice, I'd be happy to help you with that. But I hope you have a blessed day. I hope you don't have chronic fatigue. And if you know anybody that has, pass this video along onto them. And I'll be sharing the other components of chronic fatigue with you later. But I've enjoyed sharing with you today. And God bless you. Have an awesome day. And may you not be glued to the bed with listeria and not having chronic fatigue any longer. Bye-bye.